Recently, Brian Armstrong, who is the CEO of Coinbase, as well as sitting on Capitol Hill with other regulators talking, put out a commercial in which he said, "You cannot reinvent crypto." And he said that if the US gets behind right now, and it appears that we are beginning to get behind, then 5 years from now, it may be a matter of national security to revisit cryptocurrency and what this market has to offer. Hi and welcome back. It is Sunday, June 11th, 2023. Hope you all are having a blessed day today. I want to talk about how, yes, we got hit with a ton of FUD this past week. We saw lawsuits from the SEC hit Binance. We saw them hit Coinbase. We saw 10 states hit an American company, Coinbase that is providing innovators with a path forward to help this economic disaster we have here in the United States. And we are seeing a lot of pushback with regulators on the opposite side. So as we saw all of this FUD hit the streets this past week, one may wonder, why do I believe it was actually a positive week for us all? I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this short and concise video, as well as what I'm looking to do, what I'm looking to buy this next upcoming week. And I want to get straight into it because the SEC continues to attempt to squeeze regulatory square pegs into a legal round hole. And that is what it says on Blockworks. This article says the biggest crypto story of the week. It was not Binance, it was not Coinbase, but the digital market structure draft bill. And so, yes, it was a crazy week. And the House Republicans' digital market structure bill was front and center. This is what's going to move us ahead. This is why I continuously say Congress, we have bipartisan support on both sides saying we are ready to fight back. We are ready to get regulatory clarity right now. And as you see the SEC press lawsuits, understand those are lawsuits, those are not the law. Real legal progress, whereby appropriate regulatory structures built within the digital asset markets can safely and securely operate. It is quietly being developed by lawmakers. In the meantime, the SEC busily toys away, attempting to squeeze regulatory square pegs into legal round holes. On the bell curve, co-host Jason Yanowitz says that the ongoing attack on crypto's centralized financial giants makes him think about the current roles in crypto industry and how they don't quite line up with traditional finance. I'd have to agree. Essentially, he says 3 groups exist in the crypto market that parallel traditional market structure in some ways, but are confusingly mixed together or overlap in purpose and functionality. In traditional markets, he explains, you have an exchange which brings together the buyers and sellers. Then you have brokers, dealers who represent the customer and bring trades from the customer to the exchange. And then you have the clearinghouse, which settles the trades, and sometimes it is the custodian as well. Now in crypto, centralized finance world, there is no broker per se, because the user has assets directly on platforms such as Coinbase, for example, and then the settlement is sometimes done with Coinbase, but sometimes just on layer 1s such as ETH. So we have a bunch of startups happening here that are ready to fight back, and there's a lot of really interesting things that are being shipped right now. It does feel like there's a healthy rotating of guard, but also new technology stepping in to fill market structure gaps. So, co-founder of Framework Ventures, Michael Anderson adds, in the eyes of what has been happening, the biggest thing that's happened this week was market structure proposal. This hasn't happened yet. And so this was why I'm telling you all that they are going crazy. The SEC is going crazy, pushing out all these lawsuits. But what is inadvertently happening is it's pushing regulators to put more pressure on getting regulatory clarity. Is this by design, you may wonder? I believe it is. I believe this market has been suppressed for a long time. For those of you seasoned vets out there, crypto seasoned vets, this may not come as a surprise. However, for those of you who are new to this market that are beginners, understand this constantly happens every single cycle. It's getting more real now though, and I believe things are heating up more than they ever have. Ripple and the SEC case is almost over. They're throwing everything at the wall, and so now you have all eyes on crypto. The market structure will fundamentally change the way DeFi interacts. If you're an insider like a founder or an investor in a protocol versus a user, you're going to have different designation for tokens for just the first 12 months. You're not going to be able to sell them if you're an insider. You'll have to disclose all holdings. It will eventually transition to something that's sufficiently decentralized. The market structure is going to get a lot more complicated as regulation starts to come to forefront. So Anderson expects things to look and feel very similar to end users, but venues of where things trade when they change fundamentally. There's a lot of movement right now, but in a positive direction. I am thoroughly excited to see what happens this upcoming week. Whether we see huge dips in prices like we did this past week, we saw almost every altcoin out there hit by about 20% or so. XLM, XRP are staying pretty strong because they have been suppressed for a very long time. As we move towards regulatory clarity, as we move out of this case, what do you think is going to happen with XRP and XLM? My personal opinion is we see these two coins do phenomenal. Market prices will go through the roof. And when we take a look at 2017, XRP, 31,339% gainer in that single year. And this happened in a matter of days. I believe that will be a tiny blimp on the scale when we go back and we take a look at what happened once regulatory clarity came out, once the SEC found themselves in a hole because Ripple won the case. XRP, XLM, going to be the biggest movers in my personal opinion, and that's why I continue to talk about them. Drop an X if you like XRP and XLM in the comment section. Please click that like button, helps get our voice out there, and share the content. I'll see you all in the next one.